Hey, we're live, buddy.
That's what we're recording, Jay.
We are recording right now, and no one can see you, but they're about to see you here shortly. In a second, let's make sure to add you into this conversation. Hey, there you are.
There I am.
Hey, everybody. I am JMRE, and my partner to this side,
Other
is
side.
Josh. Yeah, I'm going to let you go first, Josh. You can introduce yourself. Your name is on the website.
Very good. I'm Josh Miller. We're with Keller Williams Realty Portland Premier.
Josh,
And we've got a group within it, Jay.
I'm going to tell you this, and I was thinking about this last night. You way underscore how incredibly intelligent and efficient of a realtor broker that you are.
I cut out. I heard a little bit of a compliment there, and I
Well, it
appreciate
was a big
it, but I
compliment.
didn't.
Just assume you had a big compliment. No, you do.
I
I
didn't hear
mean,
all of it, but I'll take it.
no, your way as far when it comes down to like law and understanding markets and data. I don't know if there's anyone. I mean, is there anyone you think that can go toe to toe with you?
Oh, I'm sure there is. There's
I
a
haven't
bunch
met
of
one.
people. They're all better. I'm
Oh well,
kidding.
that's very modest of you. That's not been my experience working with you. Is that no? I mean, literally when it comes to data, information, and on how to give good information, allow people to make the good choice. Honestly, Josh, I don't think there's any better than you. I'm not just saying
I
this.
appreciate that.
The problem, it's easy. You'd only have to appreciate it if I was making it up. You don't have to. You don't have to make
Thank
it.
you.
I'm not making it up one bit. But anyway, it really is. It's an honor to work with you, and I want to. We're doing this, and I think we want to make this a constant thing to do to kind of get the word out, not just about real estate, but just I don't know different neighborhoods that's going on in the world, and we'll try to keep it short and sweet and to the point. So, um,
I think before we get to neighborhoods, though, Jay, I think the
yes,
question most people want an
yes,
answer to,
yes,
who is Jay? Well, you've got decades long history of customer service and sales and marketing experience that
yeah.
no, it isn't real estate specific, but you know how to take care of people.
No, I've been in the automotive industry for 34, 5 years. Last since 2000, I've been a trainer and educator for Toyota, for Lexus, for Audi, for Volkswagen. I pretty much helped to write and deliver curriculum for customer service inside dealerships. Matter of fact, I'm one of the founders of the Scion brand for Toyota, which was the whole concept of that was you see it online, be able to go into a dealership, purchase it with no negotiations, and walk out in 1 hour, all done. And it's funny because now that's what everyone's trying to achieve, and that's what we were. That was our pilot, and that's really all it was for. It was to try to set the stage that that is the future.
Yep.
So, hey, what are we here to talk about? By the way, you like this jacket?
I do like that jacket. I'm dressed kind of like a New Englander or Portlander today. We had a bunch of snow, so I've been blowing snow all morning.
Know what I thought?
What's that?
Well, living in Buffalo, New York, I don't have any pity for anyone. I see the snow in the mountain. It's great
Yeah.
up there. I like to look at it from a distance. Hello, snow. I don't want to be around it anymore. Um,
It's funny because I didn't grow up in New England, obviously, grew up in Oregon. But everyone who's been here for a long time, it's like they get to an age where they're finishing up like a prison term and they're waiting to get to Florida or South Carolina or something
pretty
like
much,
that because they're tired of winter.
pretty much. My parents know they won't. They won't go. I said, "Why don't you go? You're 80." My father's 85, and there's like snowing and snowing and snowing in Buffalo. He won't go. Just go. Go. At least go to Italy. What are you doing here? You can't even leave the
Yeah.
house. You can't leave the house because of COVID. And they physically can't leave the house. My father's 5 foot tall for crying out loud. The snow literally sometimes is snowed higher than his head. It's
Yeah, you've shown me pictures of your childhood home and snow up to like the second story.
oh yeah. There's those blizzards would come through. Just I remember being at my
It's
friend's
more than we
house
get.
Super Bowl Sunday and having to spend the night because it was snowing. And I couldn't see my house. They lived 5 houses up from me. I couldn't. I had to physically dig to find which one was my house. So yeah, I don't miss that. I don't miss it one bit. And by the way, check this out. I got different camera views. Oh, am I upside down?
Hey, you're upside down.
Oh well, so much for that camera view. Let's go back to this one. Um,
So,
so let's talk about what I want to talk about. I want to talk about Piedmont.
well, do you know where the Piedmont region is in the United States? Not neighborhood, but Piedmont region.
The Piedmont region. Well, I know where it is in Italy,
Yes.
but I don't know where it is in the United States. No. Interesting trivia.
It's on the East Coast, actually.
Where?
It is between the Atlantic coastal plain and the main Appalachian Mountains, stretching from New Jersey to Alabama.
Wait a minute. Wait. I never heard of this.
Yes.
Piedmont region, U.S.?
Yep.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Let's take a look here. Let's see, this is working. Let me see if my technology is working.
Here's another one that says it actually stretches from New York, Jake. So
Interesting.
it's full circle for you. Full circle.
It says, is the plateau region located in the eastern United States? In Appalachia. Okay. Well, there you go. The Piedmont Mountains. Well, I was thinking about the different Piedmont completely. For those who don't know where this region is, the Piedmont in Italy, which is up north, which is the opposite of where I'm from. But hey, that's where it's from.
Nevertheless,
Yes.
there's a connection from Italy, New York, and now where you live in Oregon.
My God, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant connection. Well, let's talk about the local one here, because this is our site up, and of course it's showing that the reason why, of course, I should probably specify it. I live in Piedmont. Josh sold us this home, my wife and I, our 3 kids. And yes, there it is. There's some featured listings, but I think more importantly, I think we maybe should talk about the market a little bit, right?
Yeah.
What should we talk about, the market or why I like it here?
We can do both. Why not do both? Why do we have to limit ourselves, Jay?
Well, we don't. First of all, I've never been in a home longer than this one. I mean, our average time in a home was like 4.5, 5 years. We've been here about 10 going on 11 years.
Yeah, I was just looking this morning because of the cast, obviously. You guys, like fall of 2011.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
That is more than double. And honestly, I don't really see us going anywhere. So is that in line?
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, when you guys sold your house prior to it, you could have moved anywhere, and you ended up you chose Piedmont.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of great things about the neighborhood. A couple things that we loved. Number one, there are small 1-bedroom, 1-bath, like little cottages. And there's also, large, probably 5, 6, 7-bedroom homes. There's beautiful parks. You're close to tons of, to New Seasons, to Fred Meyer. There's tons of restaurants around, but they're not on top of you. That's another thing. You don't get a lot of foot traffic going to restaurants. But if you want to walk to them, they can. There's tons on Lombard. I mean, you're in this great spot for transportation, but also for, Killingsworth, Albina, Denver. There's tons of restaurants and food and shopping around us. So that's one thing. That's one of the biggest things. And Lombard and I-5 is like how that's a main drag to get anywhere you want to get. So
let's back up. I grew up in Portland, but my wife's family's all from New Hampshire, which ended up kind of being the draw because she never had a chance to be close to her family. So we moved to New Hampshire, and I commute back to Portland for the real estate business we have.
Which is interesting, isn't it? Especially in a COVID year, because evidently everyone's learned, I guess we can do everything remotely, virtually.
Yeah. I miss getting back there, though, because I was going back, a couple times a month.
You were.
And it's been a while. It hasn't been very consistent, so I miss it. What's the thing is we didn't leave Oregon because we didn't like it. So still having the business there and getting back a couple times a month or more sometimes, it made it nice because I still got to have the Oregon experience regularly, but now it's been a while. That was a tangent.
Tangents are
Um,
good. I have no problem with
I
tangents.
don't even know how we got on the tangent.
I don't know, but
It'll come
we
back to me.
did. It's going to happen again,
I don't
guaranteed.
know. We did.
Okay, should I go
Piedmont
to the
though.
data? Let me go to the data that you pulled
Let's
up.
go to the data.
Let's go to the data. Hold
Yeah.
on. Data. Oh, wrong way. Data. There we go. What are we
This
looking
is
at?
actually a report that RMLS puts together.
Can you
And
tell
they
me what
break
an
down the
RMLS is?
Portland.
I'm gonna move us around a little bit. I'm gonna move us over here.
This is fun.
There we go. We're dead center now. Okay.
So RMLS is the multiple listing service in the Portland metro area, and it's broken. They break down the Portland metro area into different areas. So North Portland is area
So I also
141.
have a question. So if that's not so the North Portland being on top of just a sheer coincidence has nothing to do with that. We're kind of talking about North Portland right now.
No, it's actually the first that was the first on that
Okay.
page. It was
Okay.
141.
I
Actually,
thought
it's worked out well.
that was by design. Okay, keep going.
Good coincidence.
Yeah, it
Um,
really is.
so they haven't done the January report yet. So this is data as of December. So
Okay.
it's kind of nice because it gives us the whole view of 2020 from a market perspective.
So again, to someone seeing this, what does this mean? I mean, what do you see North Portland compared to Northeast or compared to Southeast? What is it? What do these numbers tell you and why?
Well, right now you can see that for all of North Portland, and so that stretches beyond Piedmont. It's not specific to Piedmont. There are
Yeah,
only 109 homes for sale.
and all of North Portland, which we're talking, they're probably lumping St. John's into that also. I'm guessing.
Northeast Portland is its own area. That's 142, but all of
Okay.
North Portland, there's 109 homes available, and it's a total market time of 38 days. So it's really, and that's an average. So it's not. I mean, you're barely over a month
Hmm. I mean,
to
really,
sell a home.
not much different than Northeast, and also the new listing. So it looks like the turn rate is a lot lower. Am I right about that, Josh?
Well, yeah, you look, we've got 100 or 81 new listings, and 84 of them went pending. So you can see how, or 84 homes went pending. You can see how total market time is continuing to decline month after month when you have more homes going pending than you do coming on the market.
So same
So
thing
no,
here. Year to date, 1779 for the year 2020. Northeast Portland, 3,500. So pending sales. Interesting. What does this tell you?
so
What does that mean to us? Pending
which column
sales.
are we looking at here?
It's pending sales
Oh, so
2020.
that's the difference of 2020 versus 2019. So there was 10.9% more pending sales in 2020 than there were in 2019.
Okay.
And then this what I'm going to say next isn't on this page. It's on a different page of the report.
Okay.
But in November, total inventory was at 1 month, which means this is Portland Metro as a whole. If nothing came on the market, it would take about a month to sell everything.
Interesting.
But in December, that dropped to zero point 0.8 months.
Wow.
So
So
6 months, for some perspective, 6 months is considered a neutral market.
interesting.
Anything above 6 months is considered a buyer's market. Anything below is considered seller's market. So
And we're in super sellers market right now.
super seller's market.
Now,
But oddly enough,
yes.
affordability hasn't really changed drastically.
Why is that? Is it mostly because of interest rate?
Year over year? Interest rates, but also median household income has gone up in 3 of the 4 regions in the U.S. I mean, they break it down north, south,
That's
east,
another one
west,
that's interesting, isn't it?
yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
interesting. I mean, it's. I think some people have a struggle of trying to reconcile the fact that values are still where they are. That it is fact that household income has actually increased, and yet all this is going on, and
yeah.
none of that has affected. I mean, home sales at all.
No, I mean last March when COVID really started to hit in the U.S. and I had clients asking, what do you think's going to happen in the next year? my gut instinct was, prior to COVID, it was looking like the market was on a upward trajectory, barring some sort of outside event interfering
Hmm.
with the natural pace of things. I thought COVID was going to be that event and that it would slow things down, but it had the opposite effect.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
If
So average sales price was 5 points, went up 5.6%. Um, Year over year, 2020 to 2019, which 4.7 is considered healthy appreciation. So 5.6 isn't sustainable long term, but it's not as crazy as some of them. And you scroll down the list there, and there's
I
some
see
that
Lake
were
Oswego is
upwards of 12%.
11.4, Oregon City
Yeah.
7.6, Milwaukee 8.9. Wow. Um, so what do you think if let me ask this question. Let's just say that I was looking for a home that sold because average time in a home is around 7 years still, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yep. I think it's climbed a little bit and maybe higher in the last year or so, but seven I think is the historical average.
So if it was 7 years ago, so 2000, I can't believe 2014 was 7 years ago. Ay, ay. But in 2014, if someone would have purchased a house for $300,000 and try to figure out what to sell it for now, would you say you would take like like roughly 5% per year added on year over year to get it ascertain a relative a kind of a concept of what it should go for?
Um, no, I mean
Okay,
that's
thank you.
just
Well, why not? Why no? That's a good. That's thank you.
well, that would be kind of like a blanket approach, but real estate is so neighborhood specific where I'd rather look at the actual house and then the homes in the immediate area
Hmm.
around it that have sold within the last few months to better determine a price and
And
find homes that are similar in size and whatnot. To blanket say, 5% a year would be kind of broad.
well, because that 5% is an average, is incorporating homes that maybe went up to 1% or didn't in 5 years, and some that went up
Yep.
10, 15%.
Yeah.
So, and that's the really important thing I think that a message that we want to get out is um, I've never really encountered a place that's more neighborhoody than Portland. I mean, it's neighborhoody. I mean, it's
Oh
you
yeah.
leave even within the neighborhood. There's neighborhoods inside the neighborhood. So, in my personal opinion, it's comparables are you really got to go put your hands on them. I mean, you got to go. You got
Totally.
to touch and feel because I don't to do a comparable. Remember, Josh, every single time that you've had a listing, I went there personally, walked through, measured every nook and cranny, break
Yep.
out the flashlights because I don't know. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's so specific,
Yep.
and that
Well,
seems
and
like
especially in, let's take like, the area of Portland where you're at, where you can have a home that's from, you know, early 1900s, or you could have a new construction that's infill from, this last year.
my home. My home's
So,
newer, built into
yeah.
2000s. Yeah, yeah. So okay,
So
that's good
it's
information
more
for people.
important, I think, to find comparables rather than just overgeneralize. But
Well, cool. Anything else here? I mean, that we can gather. This is like obviously this is what's currently recent sales in the Piedmont neighborhood.
yep. And we'll
Um,
do a link to the webpage. But what's cool about that landing page is, yeah, there's listings, but there's also market stats and just like geographical statistics. But it's refreshing all the time. Anytime new data is available or new listings come on, it automatically refreshes, so it's current.
and by the way, my favorite park in the city happens to be Peninsula Park. I don't think there's a better park. I mean,
It's gorgeous.
I'm willing to fight somebody for that comment. You think Laura Host is better? Come on. No, it's just got this beautiful rose
uh,
garden. It's not giant. It's a smaller park, but it's a neighborhood park. It's just I don't know. It's fantastic. And by the way, my kids went to high school here. All my kids went to Jefferson High School, and if you didn't know, they have a world class dance program. So if you have anyone who wants to get the dance, that is I don't know about the other sports because my girls didn't do anything else. But so anyway, I would definitely point that out. Okay, I think this is our
Sweet.
first cast. How'd it go?
We did pretty good.
Okay, well, with that being said, I think we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for. I hope you watched the whole thing. You learned something from it. I'll put our contact information in the bottom so you can see it and be redirected, and also my mobile number if you want to get a hold of me. Other than that, Josh, we got anything else? Anything else about? Should we?
Well, I was going to say Jay's the Piedmont expert, so if you're in the area, hit
Yeah,
Jay
if you
up.
want to just go for a
And
walk.
then also, if you have any other areas you'd like us to do a cast on, just leave it in the comments.
Good question. Excellent question, especially North Portland, all the way up to Jansen Beach. Plastic ones. Okay, signing off, everybody.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
See ya.
See ya.